The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, I want to rise firstly and support Te Uraroa Flavel, because he is one member of this House that supports and promotes regional economic development in deed as well as word. And unlike one or two other members of this House who talk a lot about regional economic development and do less than diddly squat for regional economic development, Te Uraroa Flavel is out there every day working for New Zealanders in regional parts of the country and encouraging them to have the aspirations for themselves and their families. And this Friday was to be another step forward for some of those regions, Mr Speaker, and the weasel worders of New Zealand First, Mr Speaker, have ankle-tapped that aspiration for regional New Zealand, Mr Speaker. And regional New Zealand will recognise that, will recognise the level of contempt for their time, for their money, for their efforts to come to this city and be aspirational for their futures. And they will not forget that this Friday, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, this country is growing strongly, and it's growing strongly not on the efforts of clowns like the Honourable Winston Peters, but growing strongly on the efforts of hard-working New Zealanders in regional New Zealand, Mr Speaker. People that today the Labour Party were laughing at on the West Coast. People who today the Labour Party was saying were treating with derision for their aspiration to grow their region, Mr Speaker. For their aspiration, for their coming together with central government yesterday to create a positive plan for the growth of their region. And up and down this country, small, medium and large companies, not governments, not politicians, small, medium and large companies are the people that have grown this economy in 3.6% over the last year. It is small, medium and large New Zealand companies that are hiring the people that have seen 325,000 more jobs in this economy since the height of the global financial crisis. It is small, medium and large companies that are building the biggest building boom that New Zealand has ever seen. And the Labour Party might like to sit over there and deny all of that because they are the progenitors of post-truth politics. They don't want to believe the evidence at all because Grant Robertson, when he runs around talking about post-truth politics, is talking about himself. And Mr Speaker, this is the denial of what hard-working New Zealanders are doing every day to get this country running, to get jobs growing, to provide people with aspiration and opportunity and wages so they can lift themselves up off the challenging circumstances that some find themselves in. And as a result, we have the lowest level of youth out of work, education and training, 15 to 19, than we've ever had. Not according to the opposition. And again, that's not the politicians' actual work. That is, this government has worked hard to get it to a point where those things can happen, Mr Speaker, and across the other side of the House, they're in denial. They're in such denial that they're even denying the polls of New Zealanders. So they're not just denying the businesses, they're denying the attitudes of New Zealanders who are recognising what this country is doing to succeed in every region of this country. And this week we have seen New Zealand First show the most contempt for the people of regional New Zealand by getting them to book tickets to come to the city, to celebrate their treaty settlements. And Winston Peters has given them, Mr Speaker, what is known up my way as a two-fingered salute and said it's all about me, it's not about you, it's not about your aspirations, your young people and your futures. And that's the selfishness that is New Zealand First.